Hello again, everyone. Tim from timscomputerfix.net here. I have a nice case here that I want to talk about. Brand new out of the box. This is the Phanteks Evolv X. It's a very nice case, very well built. It's got tempered glass on both sides. And I'm going to kind of just show you some of the functionality of this case. Maybe not really a review. I'm going to be doing a build in it, but it won't be a how to build a computer in this case. But I'll basically show you maybe in another video the final product of what this build becomes as I put the parts in it. But I just want to talk about the case in this video. It's a very heavy case, even without the components in it. It comes in several flavors. You have the satin black, which is a brushed metallic type material. You have the gray and the silver versions of this. So you get a few choices there as far as that goes. This supports eATX, ATX, micro ATX, mini ATX, and actually you can actually put a full ATX motherboard in here and a mini ITX in the same build. I'll get into that in a moment. This does have full functioning RGBs that glow here on the sides and along where the power supply goes here. We'll show you that in a bit. But tempered glass windows, which are tinted on both sides. So I really I like the way Phanteks has addressed cable management for this case. But let me just go ahead and kind of show you how this case is opened, how you open this case. So if I turn this case here, you'll see right here there are hinges. So this glass door actually swings open, and there's a glass door on this other side here that actually swings open. But to get these, to unlatch these doors, turn it back around this way, we have to actually remove this front panel here. Now that's very easily done. There's lots of room in here just to kind of grab it and pull out on it like that. And then we'll just lift this right off. And this is brushed aluminum. Very nice. Okay, and as soon as we open this, you see that there are 240 millimeter fans in the front. Those are your Phanteks fans. And there is a magnetic fan filter here that just pops right off. I'm not a big fan of the fan filters, haha. But you know, at least they make it really easy to clean. If you got to stay on top of these, or they will clog up and obstruct airflow dramatically. So once you do that, we have the 2 thumb screws on this side, 2 thumb screws on this side. Basically, you just take the thumb screws out, and that will allow the doors to open up. And while we're looking at the front of this case, I also want to point out that these are 140 millimeter fans, as I pointed out, but you can also put 3 120 millimeter fans. You see this areas here on both sides, and there's gaps here top and bottom, but you can remove these fans and put in 320 millimeter fans of different type if you wish. These fans are okay, but you know, maybe something like a Noctua fan or something would be better. You'll have to just reroute the wires, and we'll look at that also in them. 2 USB 3.0 ports. There's a USB 3.1 port. You got a audio and headphone jack, reset button, and this is your RGB button to change the patterns and all of that of your RGBs that go around there. But and your power button is up top here. But let's go ahead and want to go ahead and swing this around so I can kind of show the inside of the case here real quick. So now this door just swings open, and if you want to, these are on hinges, and you can actually just take this side panel and lift it off if you so choose. Okay, so the first thing you notice here is a very clean look to the inside of this case. There's plenty of room for any size motherboard you want to put in here. And down here is where your power supply goes. And I'll show you on the other side here how that gets installed. But you have several options here. I do like the fact that there are these plastic slide doors here that slide back and forth that allow for your cable management to be hidden. I think that's a pretty neat little feature there. But this is there's also a slide door here down where the power supply goes to, I guess, if you want to route. I think the instructions showed you routing maybe your video card cable or something down into there, if that's how you want to do your cable management. Maybe not the way I would do it, but we'll see. Okay, so that's the entrance door there to the case. Well, let's just close this back because I want to turn it all the way around, and maybe I want to show you what the back of this case looks like. Right, so back here you'll notice another 140 millimeter fan back here, and this is where your I/O shield will go for your motherboard. But also take note that if you notice here, this is of course where all your expansion cards will be coming. But here's another feature of this case. This is so you can mount a vertical video card if you so wish. So it gives you another option and another way to mount your video card. I think that's a sort of a unique feature for this case, especially for at the time of this video. This case was running about $300 US, but it gives you yet another option to mount a vertical video card. Okay, down here is your power supply plate, and this is where your power supply gets mounted. So let's go ahead and turn this once more, and we'll just pop this open. And notice how we can swing this door all the way, almost all the way straight out. So this is where things get really interesting with this case, in my opinion. What we have here is a way to hide or actually dress up our cable management, because after all, we have tempered glass here, which is sort of different or unusual for a computer case to have glass on the opposite side of the motherboard. But it's really neat, I think, how they do this. So there's two levers here. So we'll push these two levers and this door opens up like so. And what we have here is all of the existing case cables that come from the fans and the front panel, and it comes all the way down to this other door here. If we pop this open, two levers here, and we have more areas for cable management. Here's our USB 3 connector for a motherboard, and here's our USB 3.1 connector for our motherboard. And then we have a fan connector here that goes to the motherboard in case you want to do PWM control on your fans. And here is the SATA power connector to your fans. And that all runs up. I'll give you a little closer look at this, but there is a fan splitter up here, or a fan PCB up here, that gives you several headers where you can plug in more fans, and this will give you control from your motherboard, your PWM. So also what we have here is slots or areas to mount SSD drives. Your 2.5 SSD drives can go in these slots here. They're not really slots, but you kind of pop out these little pegs, and then you can use these screws to mount your SSDs. So we see here there's spots for 3 SSDs here, and there's spots for 3 more SSDs here, and then another 3 SSDs down here, which is quite nice. So there are some hard drive bays that also can be mounted down here, which I haven't gotten to yet, but that's probably a really good place to keep them, to hide them, where you will have proper cable management. So these panels here conceal your cable management, and then you have these Velcro straps that you can feed your cables into and keep them all nice and tidy, and it actually makes cable management so much easier and nice and neat, and whatever doesn't look that neat can always be covered, of course, when you close the door. Then that way, what you see through this glass panel on this side of the computer is just the back side of the motherboard here, and the back side of the socket of your motherboard. Okay, so that's pretty much it for that side of the case. So let's close this up. We'll close this door. So I want to show you, let's talk a little bit about water cooling and radiators and custom water loops in this case. I want to go ahead and just spin this around for you once more. Okay, and right here we have 2 thumb screws that just come unscrewed. They don't actually come off. And then this whole top part slides back and then comes right off. So what we have up here is a place to, of course, mount your radiator. If you're thinking about mounting your water cooler on top, the 120 millimeter fan setup supports up to 360 rad setup, and the 140 millimeter fan supports up to 280 rad for the top mount. If you go to the front mount, it supports, with the 120 millimeters, it supports up to 360. If you go with the 140 millimeters, it supports up to a 420 rad. It does support rear radiators, but it's only a single 120 or a single 140. But if you can see up here, there are 2 more thumb screws. Just unscrew them. And we have this rack that comes off. And our fans, we can mount our radiator on this and then put it on here. So depending upon your configuration, this case does come with some accessories that will allow you to block off some of these extra holes here. And I'm going to show you real quick. One of these accessories that I'm talking about is a plate that comes with the case, and this plate is magnetic, and you can actually go up top and block off a hole or 2 of them, an inlet, so you don't get residual air or recirculate hot air into the case. So pretty nice feature there, and I'll get everybody a nice installation guide on how to install a rad in one of these cases and what it looks like on another video. But speaking of accessories, accessory box that I have here, this is going to come complete with everything you need to mount your hard drives. So we have 4 of these trays that we can stack that mounts our 3.5-inch hard drives. And of course we have, as usual, we have our accessory box there with all of our screws that we need to properly mount all of our components. So I also wanted to kind of show everyone here, inside this panel right here, there are some thumb screws that will allow you to slide your wire management covers back and forth. So that is I think it's a pretty nice feature to help hide your cables even better. Notice here on the front panel we have our RGB strips here that are all integrated into the case, and then we have our leads here. That's how it makes connection to the front panel buttons in the front that control the LEDs. All in all, this case to me is very nicely built. I'm going to take it a step further and actually going to start putting some components into this computer before I pass full judgment on it. But I will say that it seriously appears to be a very sturdy case. I do know that that you can buy a bracket that goes in this top area here up into the case, where you can support a mini ITX motherboard. So you can actually have two separate systems running in the same computer if you so choose. But that is an extra accessory, that bracket that you use for that. And this case also comes with a power supply included if you so wish, a Phanteks power supply. Of course, it'll be a little bit more than $300, I think, for the whole combination. This one here, I'm putting my own power supply in. You know, my first impressions of this case is very sturdy, very well built. And it does look as if it's going to definitely suit my needs as far as building a top-notch, computer here. So I don't want to speak too soon until I actually start putting parts in it and seeing how everything fits in and get a feel for it. But so far, I mean, I'm impressed with it. I think it's a really good case. It is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. So to put that top cover back on, let's see, I think we need to put let's put our top back on first. And I can't wait to see how my radiator, my Kraken X72 is going to fit up in here. That's going to be interesting. And, I'll make a video on that also. But yeah, that top goes back on good. Yeah, so aesthetically, this case, I like it. I mean, it depends on your taste, really. It's got a really clean look to it, and I know that these sides are going to glow certain colors or whatever. I'm not exactly into that, but I will definitely, it may change my mind once I see it on this case. I don't know. And I love the fact that this case pays special attention to hiding and disguising cable management. I think is a real plus with this case. Very solidly built. So I'll upload more videos, and we'll continue with this build here, and we'll see what my full reaction and how the build looks for this Phanteks Evolv X case. Hey, if you like what you see here, go down, make a comment, give me that thumbs up, click that bell for notifications, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. I'm Tim with timscomputerfix.net, and as usual, until next time everyone, see you soon.